Congratulations, fellow graduates of the University of Warwick. You've just graduated from a world-class institution which is consistently rated amongst the finest in the UK, Europe, and the world. So cherish this moment and be proud you've earned the right to be here. I studied English and theatre studies here from 1987. I just moisturise. To 1990. As I stand on this stage, I can't help but remember the extraordinary cultural experiences I enjoyed here. The first classical music I heard live was on this stage. In class, I learned about Diaghilev, and in the Arts Centre, I saw the films of Jean Cocteau. Heady stuff for a boy from Orpington, Kent. A boy who, to use Game of Thrones parlance, was the first of his line to attend a university. The University of Warwick grew my mind and blew my mind, and it's only from this point in my life I truly appreciate all that it's given to me. In truth, it nearly didn't happen. At my school in the 80s, we were warned about the University of Warwick. It was to be avoided since it was full of revolutionaries. I think I booked the train to Coventry that very afternoon. On a snowy day in December 1986, I arrived on campus to find it suitably austere and refreshingly Soviet. Somebody was attempting to stop the march of global capitalism via the medium of juggling. I knew it was the place for me. But what really stood out was the warmth of the welcome from staff and students alike. It's a tradition that's still very much in evidence today. By the end of the first term, the bookshelf in my shared bedroom in Draycott House D block groaned with the works of Homer, Virgil, Dante, Stanislavski, Ibsen, and Artaud. Mind you, my roommates held only Step Inside Love, the Cilla Black story, so it does really depend on the student. I presently work as Director of Theatre Education for an American company called CAPA International, designing and delivering a range of courses across the arts and humanities to students from across the United States. When I can manage it, I write plays, and I'm presently developing a new drama for Channel 4 with fellow Warwick alumnus Tom Goodman-Hill. Sadly, he wasn't available to join you today, apparently. Nor was Julian Rhinetutt or Stephen Merchant. But I was available. And I'm here now, and in the end, being here is all that truly matters. That's physics, as they say. Seriously, I genuinely use stuff I learned here on a daily basis in my work. My play 1066 Three Kings, commissioned to commemorate the 950th anniversary of the Battle of Hastings, was inspired by my personal tutor's reading from Gawain and the Green Knight. 3 years ago, I staged a version of Milton's Paradise Lost with students from the Guthrie Theatre in Minneapolis. I studied that great poem here too. And I use exercises and ideas derived from my theatre studies training across a range of disciplines, from foreign theatre with young people to helping business majors give better presentations. The secret ingredient of my success is Warwick. And whenever I give a talk like this, I think, can I make this half as interesting and stimulating as Professor Tony Howard did in 1988. So what can I a greying, desiccated refugee from the 1980s, possibly offer to you annoyingly promising and gorgeous young people? Well, I think I can offer you hope. Your minds have been expanded, and it's going to take a while for that to settle down, but it will. And when it does, you'll realize that you've been armed with a positive and creative worldview that will allow you to attempt pretty much anything you set your mind to. Life will offer you challenges because, well, life's like that. But trust me on this, you are more than equipped to meet them and more. The adjustment from university to the hugely overrated real life can be a tricky one. And you may find things a bit challenging emotionally, but it's all part of the story. You are still in the process of becoming you. Once you've integrated all you've learned into your life, you will be a formidable individual that people will want to meet and get to know. If it takes a little time, that's because good things need time. And here's a bit of practical advice. Look around you. In the next seat, the next row, or across the aisle are people you will collaborate with, people you'll hire or will hire you, people who will be at your wedding. I often have cause to call upon my mafia. Did he say mafia? I hear you cry. I don't mean horses' heads in beds. Forget about it. I mean the network of allies, artists, friends, and co-conspirators I met here. I get as much work from my mafia as I do from my agent. And I think that's because our creative minds were made here together. We've a shared aesthetic, a way of collaborating, a deep trust, and a desire to get things done. If I were to rap, and I did sign a form saying I wouldn't, I'd say we've come so far because we're from Leamington Spa. But here's my best final piece of advice. As you move to take the next step in your lives, do something. Anything. Be creative. Make a mark. Stage an event. Make a film on your phone. Put a play on in the street or in the cellar of a pub. You are your own best means of production. Take ownership of the fact and never, ever let anybody tell you how you should feel about you. Show things that without you wouldn't be seen at all. In conclusion, I'm going to remodel my school's advice from earlier to this. Well done for attending the University of Warwick. It's a place for revolutionaries. So go on, get out there and be a creative little revolutionary. You know you want to. God knows the world needs you. And I'm going to finish with a reference to two of the great influences I encountered here. It's the advice of Diaghilev to the young poet Jean Cocteau, and it's this. Go on then, astonish me. So go and be astonishing, and thanks for having me.